We are going to talk about local color, show that the play is an African play, bring out the aspects of tradition, identify the different aspects that make the play, and then use elements in the text to justify the elements of tradition. First of all, the play has local color because it deals with polygamy. We are made to understand that Shengon has many wives. And the most prominent among them all is Kwengon, who leads the women's rebellion to confront and bring down the Fawn. And the other women give her maximum respect. We are also told that Gwe's father is a polygamist because the Fawn had seized his wives and kept them at the palace for his personal use. Traditional aspect of marriage embedded in polygamy. It is also an African play, a play about tradition, a play that has local color, because the setting is purely traditional and rural. The palace is in the fondom of Iwawa, and the palace symbolizes traditional authority. It is from here that all the decisions of the land are taken and given out to be executed. The Fawn is an incarnation of the power of the people. It is also an African play because it deals with the mode of governance, which is purely traditional and hereditary. Power moves from father to son, and so it has been for generations. We are told that Shengon's influences the other elders so that the present Fawn can ascend the throne. In addition, the power of the Fawn is directly linked to the power given to him by the gods and the ancestral spirits. Once there is a breakdown in communication between the Fawn and the ancestors and the god, there will be catastrophe. The Fawn becomes drunk with power, and he tells Shengon that he is a self-made priest of non-existent gods. From the moment that he desecrates the power and the presence of the gods in the land, the gods turn their back against him, and there's no way of survival. We now understand why common women can lead to the demise of a great Fawn. The play is also full of local color because one of the great settings, or the important settings, is the sacred grove of Nyombom, where Shengon carries out all incantations and rituals. He consults the gods and the ancestral spirits concerning the land and its leaders. He implores the gods that they should bring their Fawn to reason again. It is also because of the power of the gods and the ancestors that empower the Kibaranko to go to and fro from the palace unrestrained, whereas we know that the Kibaranko cannot go out unrestrained without causing havoc. But it is guided because the spirits of the land have empowered it to do so. It is also the secret grove that the earth goddess pronounces a judgment of drought against the land as a warning to the poor leadership of the fawn. The play also celebrates communality, as many people celebrate and go to the palace to celebrate with those who have been favored by the fawn. It is a communal action. But when the people realize that the fawn is overstepping his bound and crossing the red line or the Rubicon, they abandon the food and drinks at the palace. The humiliation of Sangam marks the crossing of the red line, and the people say and tell their fawn that they have had enough of his irresponsible behavior. It is for this reason that the decision to bring down the fawn is collective and led by the women. And when the women succeed in bringing down the fawn, they also decide that they will be involved in communal leadership, where the decisions of the fandom will be a collective one. So that if there is any responsibility, the community will bear the responsibility. The play is also an African play, or has traditional color or local color, because of the extensive use of proverbs with underlying meaning that helps us to better understand the context of the play. Shango tells the fawn servant that the gorilla can do nothing to the iroko tree, referring to himself as the iroko tree and the fawn as the gorilla, which is an indication that the fawn cannot wrestle with the gods because he has the backing of the gods. We now understand why he refuses to go to the palace, and he does not bother about the threats which are targeted towards him by the fawn. And he tells his wife, this fight is for the gods. He also says that the water does not flow upstream, which is an indication that the fawn cannot be bigger than the source from which his power comes from, the gods and the ancestors. It is also a play that makes great use of incantations and dances. When the fawn seizes Shingong's farmlands, he does an incantation, inviting Nyombom to bring justice on the land. The fawn's intransigence causes him to perform another incantation for the gods to intervene and save the land. And the immediate reaction is the drought that is pronounced by Earth Goddess. Finally, the play can be considered a traditional play because of some traditional object of great significance. The throne symbolizes the traditional authority, but when the Kibaranko splits it. It symbolizes the beginning of the end of the fawn's reign. The royal bogle is the fawn scepter of power, which he misuses. And at the end of the play, Shengong prescribes that it will never be used on the land again because it symbolizes slavery and the dehumanization to which the people had been subjected to by the fawn. On the other hand, the people will be summoned for meetings using the gong at the sacred grove because the gong symbolizes freedom, liberty, and communal rule. Share this video, click on the like button, subscribe to help us bring you more information for studies, and leave us a comment to tell us how you feel about what we are doing. Thank you.